So I'm shooting this. I came out to Park City for my opening last night. Super cold, uh, crazy COVID stuff going on here. It was kind of hard to decide whether I wanted to come or not because of all of that. um, but I did, and it was really, really great and so cool. It's very cold here, and because of all the circumstances, not a lot of people were there, but the show was beautiful, and the people that did come, it was really great to connect with them and people who, even two conversations with people that follow your work, that own several pieces. It's just the most gratifying thing, I think. I also got to meet a few people who have done some of our programs, some other artists, which was really, really great. But I thought I'd share some of the takeaways that I got from the evening. And they're more about, why we do shows and what it brings brings back. I decided to come anyway because it's sort of like a completion, regardless of anyone is even there. You do all this work and it's in your studio and it's all messy and you put it all together and it's this huge effort and then you send it away. And I didn't get to see the work for about 3 weeks, and it's all presented and hung in the galleries you can see, and just looks great, and it's like partly because everything's so clean and the work has really got all this texture and color. Um, and you walk in and you just learn stuff, and the pieces that I knew were strong were felt strong when I was there. Sometimes that's not the case, but I felt more pretty good about the work overall. um, it felt like when I was making it, and this is kind of the big takeaway, that when we're in our studios, we push ourselves to do different things, and it feels like we kind of can't. We put limits on ourselves, and I really tried this time to push myself into some new areas, and it felt like, I don't know. I mean, this painting with this bright green is too much. I've never used these. Their colors are so raw. But I really wanted to wake up to doing something different. I really wanted this work to feel like it was different and push myself. And so seeing the work in the gallery, it all kind of hung together and it was kind of crazy. It didn't feel at all that pushed. It looked like my work. It's that, yes, it's different somewhat, but that's just sort of the takeaway, that we can push ourselves so much further than we think, and go into different colors and just try different things. And this is really, I think, the best reason to do a show, to take a body of work and have an intention about it. And this show is called Untamed, and that whole idea of just really going wild. And anyway, so that was kind of great. The collectors that had came who had bought my work before, they were like, "Wow, it's so cool to see this work. It's changing," and the gallery is like, "It's changing, you're changing." And they love this, and so I guess, that was a huge thing. And I'm just sort of saying this, repeating this here, that for all of us to really, really push our work and keep evolving and keep changing. So that was really um, that was kind of wonderful. Um, yeah, and then just to see my work in context with the other work that's in the gallery, because there was some of that work was up, but just noticing how we're all so totally different, and that is what is, at the end of the day, what we're doing. The more we can double down on who we are, what we're doing, mine our internal, our soul for what we're making. That's just like an insurance policy, for selling work and for creating an impact with it. So so it was really, really fun and really, really great, and it was just so, so worth it. And I think doing shows, and whether you set them up with a gallery or whether you set them up, get a coffee shop and set a date or do a show or create a body of work for your own exhibition, do it in your house or do it in a friend's gallery or whatever. Really, the process of creating a time and a space where you're going to show up and present what you made. It creates a kind of pressure that evolves you, that pushes you, that makes your work, moves it to the next level. So, anyway, I just kind of wanted to leave that with you. So let me know, what plans you have for this year. Shows are a big deal, and you kind of got to get working on them early, but I think they're really, really great and super, super fun. I love the form of it. So let me know in the comments your thoughts about this. What's your plans for this year? Are you going to be drawing a line in the sand and putting some work together? I'd love to hear that. We have a really cool podcast coming out this week, and it's with artist Dylan Froelich. This is Terry Froelich, it's her son, who's amazing. No surprise there. But I think you're going to be really blown away. What he does and the lack of limits he puts on his work and the kind of work he makes, it's really, really cool. So tune in for that. That comes out on Wednesday. So hope you guys are having an awesome holiday weekend, and I will talk to you real soon. Okay.
Hey everyone, if you found this helpful, I have a whole lot more to teach, share, and inspire you with every single week. So please join the Art to Life YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Okay, great. Let's do this.